What's your creepiest real-life story you know? The dispatch crackled to life. A simple assault call in a neighborhood known for its grit. It was 10 p.m., and the air hung heavy with the promise of trouble. We arrived at the address to find a man standing behind a row of parked cars. His voice a high-pitched, unsettling wail. The police were trying to calm him down. Their voices a muted counterpoint to his frantic cries. Our first assumption was that this was the injured party. We approached cautiously, the gurney bumping against the parked cars, and then we saw him. Leaned against a Mini Cooper, slumped in the gutter, was a man lifeless. There was a moment, a chilling to seconds, where I thought he was alive, his eyes fixed on me. Then, the realization hit me like a physical blow. He was staring through me, his gaze empty, his body still. He was shirtless, his chest and abdomen a gruesome tapestry of wounds. It wasn't the clean penetration of most stabbings I'd seen. This was something else, something brutal, something that tore at the very fabric of his being. The man on the curb, his voice still that strange, warbling cry, was asking if his roommate would be okay. We started CPR, the rhythm of our hands a desperate counterpoint to the silence of the dead man. We loaded him onto the gurney, knowing that there was no chance, no hope, just the cold certainty of death. After the doctor pronounced him, a couple of cops came over, their faces etched with the weariness of a long night. One of them dropped a bombshell. The story they had heard before our arrival was that the victim had gone out for a smoke, and his roommate had found him dead. But after we left for the hospital, someone noticed a trail of blood leading from the house to the curb. It was a gruesome trail, a silent testament to a struggle, a fight for life that had ended in tragedy. The police confronted the roommate, but he ran inside, barricading himself in. As we spoke, the low hum of a SWAT team filled the air, a stark reminder of the danger that lurked just beyond the shadows. It was then that the chilling truth hit me. The man who had most likely murdered our patient, who had ripped his life from him with such brutal force, had been standing right behind me for most of the call. He had been there watching, listening. As we worked on the victim, a silent specter in the night, the memory of that night, of the dead man's vacant gaze, of the roommate's chillingly calm demeanor, of the blood trail leading from the house will stay with me forever. It was a night that redefined my understanding of violence, of the darkness that can lurk within the human heart, and of the fragility of life itself.